Have you ever laid in bed at night, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling in the dark, wondering, why can't I just fall asleep like I used to? You're tired. Your body feels heavy. But your mind? It just won't slow down. You shift to one side, then the other. You fluff the pillow. You count the hours left until morning. And all the while, the clock keeps ticking. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, sleep changes. What used to be a peaceful 8 hours can turn into a long night of broken rest, naps instead of deep sleep, waking up at 3 a.m. for no reason, or just lying there with racing thoughts and a tired heart. And maybe you've told yourself, well, that's just part of aging. But is it really? Here's the truth most people never hear: you don't have to settle for restless nights. You don't have to rely on pills that leave you groggy the next day. And you certainly don't have to just accept that sleep gets worse with age. Because, get this, what you eat, and when you eat it, could be the key to better sleep. Not in a week. Not in a month. But starting tonight. See, sleep isn't just about shutting your eyes. It's about what's happening inside your body, your hormones, your digestion, your brain chemistry. And certain foods, well, they don't just fill your stomach. They send signals to your body: hey, it's safe now. You can rest. That's exactly what we're going to explore in this video: 5 powerful, natural foods that can help you sleep like never before. Not only will we break down what they are, but I'll also show you how to eat them in a way that actually works for your body. These aren't trendy superfoods or hard-to-find powders, they're everyday items you can find in your local grocery store. And they may just be the gentle answer your body's been asking for. So, if you've been waking up tired, if your energy is low, your memory feels foggy, or you're worried about your long-term health, stay with me. Because what you'll learn today could help you get the deep, healing sleep your body deserves. And if you've been struggling with rest lately, do me a favor, drop a comment below that says, "I'm ready to sleep better." Let's support each other. Because here on Elderly Wisdom Guide, we're not just talking about health, we're building a community where you can feel seen, heard, and helped. Oh, and while you're here, don't forget to subscribe. That way, you won't miss out on any more simple ways to care for your body, your mind, and your peace. Now, let's talk about the first food that could change how you sleep, starting tonight. Let's start with something small, green, and surprisingly powerful. Kiwi. Yes, the fuzzy little fruit you might pass by at the store. It turns out, it could be one of the best natural sleep aids out there, especially for older adults. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman named Alice. 78 years old, widowed, living quietly with her dog in her garden. Alice had been having trouble sleeping for years. She tried everything: warm baths, soft music, even over-the-counter sleep pills. Some nights they helped, most nights, they didn't. She felt foggy in the morning. Her joints hurt. Her memory wasn't as sharp. She'd sit at her kitchen table, sipping cold coffee, and say to herself, "Is this just how it is now?" Then, during a visit, her daughter, who had been reading about natural sleep remedies, handed her a small brown paper bag and said, "Try eating 2 of these about an hour before bed. Just for a week. Humor me, Mom." Inside? Kiwis. Alice rolled her eyes, of course. But she tried it. 2 kiwis. Every night. No changes to her routine otherwise. And something surprising happened. Within days, her sleep changed. Not just longer, but deeper. She wasn't waking up 3 times a night anymore. She wasn't staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. Her dreams came back. Her mornings felt lighter. Her energy returned. Now, I know what you might be thinking: how can something that small make such a big difference? Here's the science. Kiwi is packed with serotonin, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. Serotonin is also what your body uses to create melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. And as we age, our natural melatonin levels begin to drop. That's part of why sleep becomes harder in later years. Kiwi also brings in antioxidants, folate, and potassium, all nutrients that support nerve health, reduce inflammation, and help calm the body naturally. And here's something else, kiwi has a low glycemic index, meaning it doesn't spike your blood sugar. That's especially important for seniors who are watching their glucose or managing diabetes. Now, there's a common misconception that fruit before bed is a bad idea. That it's too sugary, or that it messes with digestion. But kiwi is different. It's light. It's fiber-rich. It's gentle on the stomach. In fact, for many older adults, it actually improves digestion, helping reduce that heavy, bloated feeling that can keep you up at night. Here's how to try it yourself. About an hour before bedtime, eat 1 to 2 kiwis. If your stomach tolerates it, try eating them with the skin on, that's where a lot of the fiber and nutrients are hiding. If the texture bothers you, scoop the flesh out with a spoon. Simple. No need to juice it, bake it, or do anything fancy. This is one of those small habits that takes almost no effort, but the results? They can be remarkable. So next time you're at the store, pick up a few kiwis. Give it a try for a week. Keep a little notebook if you want, jot down how you sleep, how you feel in the morning. Sometimes the body just needs the right tools. And sometimes, those tools come in the form of fruit. But kiwi isn't the only bedtime booster worth trying. Let's move to something warm, familiar, and deeply comforting. A drink many of us grew up with, but with one small twist. It's time to talk about milk and nutmeg. Now let's step into something a little cozier. Think back for a moment, maybe to your childhood. A cold night, the house is quiet, and someone hands you a warm mug before bed. That simple comfort, that familiar warmth, there's something almost magical about it. That's exactly how George, a retired librarian from Michigan, described his nightly routine. George spent most of his days reading, walking, and tinkering in his garage, but at night, his body just wouldn't settle. He'd lie in bed with his legs twitching, his thoughts racing, his heart feeling just a little too alert for sleep. Then one day, his wife, who always believed in old-fashioned remedies, suggested something from her mother's time, a small mug of warm milk, with a pinch of nutmeg. Now, George wasn't much for kitchen experiments, but he gave it a try. Just a half cup, heated gently on the stove. One tiny pinch of nutmeg stirred in. No sugar, no fancy ingredients, just those two simple things. He drank it slowly, sitting in his favorite chair, letting the warmth settle in. And wouldn't you know it? That night, and the nights after, the restlessness faded. His legs stopped twitching. His thoughts softened. He slept, not just longer, but deeper. And in the morning? He said it was the first time in years he didn't feel like he needed a nap before noon. So, what's happening here? Milk, especially warm milk, contains tryptophan, an amino acid your body uses to create serotonin and melatonin. And like we talked about with kiwi, melatonin is your body's natural sleep hormone, the very signal that tells your brain, it's time to rest. As we age, we produce less of it. But by giving your body the raw materials, like tryptophan, you gently support that system without needing synthetic sleep aids. Now let's talk about the real star of the show, nutmeg. Nutmeg isn't just for pies and holiday drinks. It contains a compound called myristicin, which has been shown to have mild sedative properties. Not enough to knock you out, but just enough to calm the nerves, soothe the brain, and ease the body into a state of relaxation. And this matters more than ever as we get older. Many seniors are sensitive to medications, especially sleeping pills. They can lead to grogginess, confusion, or even dangerous falls during the night. But a natural remedy like warm milk with nutmeg? It's gentle. It's safe. And it's been quietly helping people sleep for generations. Now, I hear concerns often: doesn't dairy cause bloating or discomfort at night? For some, yes. But here's the key: stick to a small amount, just half a cup. And if you're sensitive to lactose, use lactose-free milk or even unsweetened almond milk. The goal isn't to fill your stomach, it's to send a message to your body: it's time to wind down. Here's how to do it right: take half a cup of milk, whatever kind your body likes best. Warm it gently over the stove or in the microwave until it's just hot enough to feel soothing. Then, add just a pinch of ground nutmeg, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Stir it in well. Sit somewhere quiet. Sip it slowly, like a ritual. Let it mark the end of your day. And most importantly, don't rush it. Let your body catch the signal. Let your mind quiet down. That little mug can become your nightly invitation to stillness. But we're not done yet. From something warm and creamy, let's move to something crunchy, rich in magnesium, and perfect for that evening snack craving. Almonds. Now, you might be thinking, really? Almonds? But let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret is 82. Lively, spirited, and always quick with a joke, she's the kind of woman who remembers your birthday better than you do. But behind that sharp wit, she'd been struggling with sleep for years. Her habit? A couple of cookies before bed. Just a little treat, she said. Something sweet to end the day. But what she didn't realize was that those cookies were packed with sugar and refined carbs, fueling a roller coaster in her body that didn't let her rest. Her nights were restless. She'd wake up 2, sometimes 3 times, and by morning, she'd feel like she hadn't slept at all. Then, one day during a senior center nutrition talk, someone mentioned almonds. Just a handful before bed. She was skeptical at first. But she gave it a try. The cookies stayed in the cupboard, and instead, she reached for 6 to 10 almonds, sometimes raw, sometimes soaked in water for a few hours to soften them. And the difference? She started sleeping longer. More deeply. And most importantly, waking up less. Her morning headaches disappeared. Her mood lifted. Even her joints didn't feel as stiff. So, what's the secret inside these little nuts? Almonds are rich in magnesium, a mineral your body absolutely needs, especially as you age. Magnesium plays a key role in quieting the nervous system, relaxing your muscles, and even helping regulate your heartbeat. Low levels of magnesium have been linked to poor sleep, restless legs, and nighttime awakenings. But there's more. Almonds also contain melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time for rest. As we've mentioned before, melatonin production naturally declines with age. That's why these dietary sources become so important. There's a common myth that almonds, or nuts in general, are too fatty or too heavy for bedtime. But that's not quite true. In small amounts, almonds are easy to digest, and the healthy fats actually help stabilize blood sugar through the night. That's especially important if you tend to wake up in the early hours feeling shaky or hungry. Now, here's how to enjoy almonds for better sleep. Start with 6 to 10 almonds. That's enough to give you the benefits, without overdoing it. If your teeth or digestion need a little help, soak them in water for about 4 hours, or overnight. This softens them and removes natural inhibitors, making the nutrients even easier for your body to absorb. Want to take it up a notch? Pair those almonds with a cup of chamomile tea. Chamomile is calming on its own, and when you combine it with magnesium from the almonds, it becomes a gentle, natural recipe for true rest. No sugar. No preservatives. No lab-made pills. Just real, whole foods, working with your body, not against it. And here's a bonus: almonds also help support bone health, brain function, and heart strength, all vital areas as we age. So next time you're tempted to reach for something sugary or processed after dinner, pause and think about what your body really needs. A few almonds. A warm drink. A quiet moment to unwind. It's simple. But powerful. And speaking of powerful, let's add something ancient, golden, and deeply healing into the mix. Up next is a spice that not only helps you sleep but may even help ease inflammation and pain. Let's talk about turmeric. Let me take you into a story that might sound all too familiar. Elaine, 78 years old, had always been active. A retired teacher, full of laughter, always on the move, until her knees began to ache at night. She described it as a deep, nagging throb, one that didn't care what position she slept in. She'd shift, turn, tuck pillows between her legs, but every time she started to drift off, that dull ache would call her back awake. Pain, for many older adults, becomes the thief of rest. Not sharp or sudden, but chronic, low-grade, always there. Especially once the distractions of the day fade away. Elaine tried different pain relievers, but they left her groggy. Then one evening, her niece handed her something new, a golden cup of turmeric tea. It looked unusual. Smelled a little earthy. But it was warm. Comforting. So, she gave it a sip. 1 cup before bed. Every night for a week. And then, something shifted. The pain in her joints didn't vanish, but it eased. Just enough. Her body relaxed. Her mind followed. And for the first time in years, she slept through the night. So, what's happening here? Turmeric, this bright yellow-orange spice that's been used for centuries in Ayurvedic medicine, isn't just a kitchen ingredient. It contains a powerful compound called curcumin, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. And when inflammation is reduced, especially in the joints, muscles, and even the brain, the body can let go of tension and finally rest. Now, here's the key. Turmeric works best when combined with warm milk and black pepper. Why black pepper? Because it contains piperine, a compound that increases your body's absorption of curcumin by over 2,000%. Without it, most of that golden goodness passes right through your system. With it, it becomes a powerful, natural tool for relaxation and relief. And this matters so much more than people realize. Chronic inflammation doesn't just cause joint pain. It's also been linked to poor sleep quality, anxiety, depression, and even cognitive decline in older adults. Now, I know some people think turmeric is only for curry dishes. And sure, it does bring bold flavor to food. But in tea, it transforms into something gentle. Healing. It's a whole different experience when sipped slowly before bed. Here's how to make golden turmeric tea at home. Warm half a cup of milk. Again, you can use dairy, lactose-free, almond, or oat. Whatever works best for your body. Stir in half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a small pinch of ground black pepper, and, if you'd like, a little raw honey for taste. Stir it well until it's fully blended. Sip slowly, about 45 minutes before bed. Feel the warmth. Let it settle in your stomach. Let it ease the tightness in your shoulders, and the noise in your mind. It's not a quick fix. But give it time. And you may find that inflammation eases, your breath deepens, and sleep no longer feels like something you have to fight for. And what's beautiful about turmeric is that it doesn't just work on your joints. It supports brain function, digestion, and even immune strength, which are all deeply tied to how well you rest and recover during the night. Elaine still drinks her golden tea every night. And now she says, it's not just a drink, it's a part of my healing. And speaking of healing, let's finish with something you might not expect. It's green. Leafy. And if you've overlooked it before, tonight might be the perfect time to give it another chance. Spinach, the quiet superfood that can gently rock your body into rest. Let me introduce you to Tom. Tom is 76. A kind man with a soft smile. He goes to bed at 9 p.m. sharp every night. He doesn't drink coffee after noon. He avoids screen time. He even uses a sound machine. But despite all that, Tom still woke up groggy. Not just sleepy, foggy. Like his brain wasn't catching up to the day. He started blaming age. Maybe this is just how it is now, he said. But it wasn't about age. It was about minerals. You see, after a routine checkup, Tom learned he was low in magnesium and calcium, two minerals that are absolutely vital for sleep regulation, muscle relaxation, and nervous system balance. And where do you find those minerals in their most natural, easy-to-absorb form? Spinach. Yes, spinach. Not the most glamorous food. Not the most exciting. But this leafy green might be one of the most powerful, underused sleep aids sitting in your fridge right now. Let's talk about why. Spinach is packed with magnesium, which plays a key role in calming the nervous system. It helps regulate GABA, a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation and reduces anxiety. It's also rich in calcium, which helps the brain use tryptophan to make melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep. Without enough of these minerals, your body stays alert when it should be winding down. That leads to tossing, turning, and waking up feeling like you didn't sleep at all. And for older adults, this matters deeply. Because as we age, our bodies naturally absorb fewer nutrients, even if we eat the same foods we always did. So what looks like just tiredness might actually be nutrient deficiency slowly affecting your sleep cycle, your memory, and your mood. Now, I get it. Spinach isn't what most people crave before bed. And some think it's just a lunchtime salad item. But here's the secret. When spinach is cooked lightly, just steamed or sautéed, it actually unlocks more of its nutrients. The calcium and magnesium become easier for your body to absorb, and it becomes softer on digestion. So how do you bring spinach into your nighttime routine without it feeling like a chore? Simple, add a small handful of steamed spinach to your dinner plate. Maybe with a little olive oil and garlic. Stir it into a warm vegetable soup, or fold it into a light omelette for an early evening meal. Even a spinach and banana smoothie, blended with almond milk, can be a surprisingly soothing choice. Just keep the portions light so your digestion stays calm at bedtime. And one quick note, avoid heavy dressings, croutons, or cheeses late in the evening. Those can be hard on the stomach and undo all the benefits you're trying to get from your greens. Now, remember Tom? He started eating spinach 3 or 4 nights a week. Nothing dramatic. Just part of dinner. And in about 2 weeks, he stopped waking up with brain fog. He said, "I feel clearer in the morning. Like I finally reached the part of sleep that heals." That's what matters. Because sleep isn't just about closing your eyes, it's about restoration. Repair. And foods like spinach gently nudge the body into the state where healing can truly happen. And now that you've discovered these 5 gentle, powerful sleep-supporting foods, let's take a moment to talk about why it's so important, especially now, to take these changes seriously. Let's pause for a moment, and really think about this. It's frustrating, isn't it? To feel drained all day, your body heavy, your mind foggy, yet the moment your head hits the pillow, your thoughts come alive. You stare at the ceiling. You shift positions. You check the clock, 1:42 a.m., 3:17, for :08, and before you know it, the sun is rising, and you haven't really slept at all. For older adults, this isn't just an annoyance. It's not about being a light sleeper or just getting older. Poor sleep has real, daily consequences. It affects memory, concentration, energy, balance, even your independence. One night of restlessness can lead to a full day of confusion, missed medication, or even a dangerous fall. It's not just about sleep, it's about safety, dignity, and quality of life. And yet, so many of us are made to feel like the only solution is a pill. Something quick. Something chemical. But what if that isn't the only way? What if your body, your beautiful, aging, wise body, is still capable of sleeping deeply, if you just nourish it the right way? See, your body isn't broken. It's asking for help in the only way it knows how. Restlessness. Aches. Waking up too early. It's not failure. It's a message. And here's the good news, you don't need to overhaul your life to listen to it. These 5 foods we've explored together, kiwi, warm milk and nutmeg, almonds, turmeric tea, and spinach, they're not trends. They're tools. Gentle, natural, time-tested tools that support your body's rhythms, not fight them. Because sleep is a rhythm. It's not forced. It's invited. And these foods? They're like opening a door and saying, "Come in. You're safe now. You can rest." So, here's what I want you to do tonight, just try one. Don't overwhelm yourself. Choose one small change, maybe a few almonds before bed. Or a cozy mug of golden turmeric tea. And then, pay attention. Keep a little notebook by your bed. Write down how long it took you to fall asleep. Did you wake up as often? How did your body feel in the morning? This small act of noticing, it's powerful. Because once you start listening to your body with kindness and patience, that's when the real healing begins. You don't need to rely on harsh pills, synthetic sedatives, or complicated solutions. Sometimes, the answers are already in your kitchen. They've been there all along, quiet, gentle, waiting for you to notice them. And if tonight isn't perfect, that's okay. You're not doing it wrong. You're learning what works for you. And that, dear friend, is the most important journey of all. Because better sleep isn't just about how you feel tomorrow. It's about how you live today. With energy. With clarity. With joy. And that is absolutely within your reach. Let's take a moment and quickly go over what we've explored together today. 5 natural, deeply nourishing foods. Each one chosen with care because of what it can do for your body and your peace of mind. First, kiwi, small, sweet, and surprisingly powerful. Just 1 or 2 before bed can gently support your sleep cycle with natural serotonin and antioxidants. Second, warm milk with nutmeg, a classic comfort, made better with a pinch of spice. This calming duo helps relax both the body and the mind, especially when restlessness creeps in. Third, almonds, the nighttime nut, rich in magnesium and melatonin. Just a handful can calm your nervous system and help you stay asleep longer. Fourth, turmeric tea, golden, earthy, soothing. A remedy for inflamed joints and overworked thoughts. Sip it slowly and let it settle your whole system. And fifth, spinach, the humble green with a mighty mission. It gives your body the minerals it craves to relax your muscles and ease you gently into sleep. These aren't just foods. They're invitations. To treat your body with love, to listen to what it's telling you, and to restore balance in a way that's simple, familiar, and kind. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these have you already tried? Or maybe, which one are you going to try tonight? Let me know in the comments. I truly mean it, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your experiences, even your questions. You never know, your story might inspire someone else who's struggling too. And if you found this video helpful, if something clicked for you, even just a little, go ahead and give it a like. And subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide if you want more ways to care for your body, your sleep, your mind, naturally, and with respect for where you are in life. This channel is for you. For your journey. For the quiet strength you carry each day as you learn, adjust, and keep going. So, thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. For choosing to be curious about your own health. For believing, like I do, that even the simplest changes can lead to something truly life-changing. Sleep well tonight. Take care of yourself. And always remember, your best years can still be your most restful ones. I'll see you in the next video.